Welcome, welcome. This is Blisson's Bar Sculpt and obviously festive holidays. My name's Amanda. Let's go ahead and get started with our warm up. Let's start with a nice little jog. And for today's class, you'll just need a bar or a chair, maybe a couch, whatever you have around you. Just a nice little jog here. And then go ahead and into some jumping jacks. Of course, you can take out that hop and just step side to side. And then from a standing position, alternating hand-toe tap. Getting your leg up nice and high, keeping it going, alternating hand-toe tap. Getting your leg high, maybe you tap your toe, maybe you just come super close. Still going. Still going, alternating hand-toe tap. And then from here, stay from position, opening side to lunges, really getting that leg up and over. Let's do one more on each leg. And then coming down to a low wide squat, reach your arms out by your side. Reach down, tapping the opposite inside ankle. Head and chest stays lifted. One more each side. Staying low in your squat, arms forward, no windmill motion, chest is lifted. And then reversal direction, chest stays lifted. Slowly hinge forward at your waist, open, close your arms. Giving yourself a nice big hug and then squeezing your shoulder blades together as you open the arms up. A few more here. And then bring it on up. Roll your shoulder blades back, roll them forward, relaxing everything down. Starting with our first move here. Get our timer going. We're gonna go ahead and start with facing our bar. Just gonna lunge stance. Right leg back. So we're just gonna lunge and stand upright. So just lunging and upright. Timer has begun. Every move we're only doing for 1 minute, one time each. Right leg back. Just lunging and coming back to upright. Chest stays lifted, keeping your shoulders stacked over your hips. Of course, you can also use a ledge if you have that around you. Keeping it going. Just a lunge. And 2, we're gonna pulse it out. Stay nice and low, just a little pulse. Tiny pulse here. Making sure your front knee is not passing your toes, looking down to check and make sure. You can have a leg grip on the bar. You can also have your hands on your hips. Tiny pulse. A little pulse here. You can also have your elbows wide behind your head, chest is lifted. Pretend we're a little reindeer. Last 3. From here, we're going to come to a lunge, to a standing kick. Lunge to a standing kick. Trying to keep that leg nice and straight as you kick it back. Keeping it going. Still working that right side. Hips stay facing down. Hips parallel to either the bar in front of you or the floor beneath you. Keeping a nice soft bend in your front left leg. Lunge to a kick behind you with that right leg. Core is engaged. Keeping it going. Still going. Last 10, and we're going to add on to this same move. Right leg lunge to a kick. And 2, last one. Hold it in that hinge. You can place your forearms onto the bar. Point the right toes directly behind you. And then just a rainbow up and over, tapping on either side behind your left leg. Just tapping up and over. Tiny tap. Keeping a bend in your front left leg. Squeezing your core. Core is engaged. Almost there. Tiny lift up and over. Little reindeer arch up and over. Just moving that right leg. Keep it going. Last 10 like this. Last 3, 2, and 1. Placing your left forearm down, boxing out your right hand, and opening up your right hip. From here, same thing, just lower and left. Just moving that right leg. Keeping a soft bend in your front left leg. First, working that outer hip pocket on the right side. Just lower and lift. Core is engaged. You can also do it from a standing position, lean up against the wall, just lift and lower. Soft bend in that front left knee, not boxing out. Keep it going. More than halfway there. Just lift and lower. Keeping it going, whether you are on your bar, boxed out, maybe on your chair. Keep it going. And then we're going to switch sides. So same thing, left leg back, coming into that lunge. Just lunge and stand up. Feel free to adjust your feet, making sure that your front right knee is not passing your toes. Just coming down to your lowest lunge and right back up. You can also, from a standing position, hands on your hips, just lunge and back up. We're going to pulse it in 5. Stay nice and low, tiny pulses. Keeping it going, chest safe with this chest tucked over your hips. Still going. Tiny lunge pulse. Almost there. Tiny pulses. Chest stays nice and lifted. Last 2. 1. From your lunge, just kick that left leg back. Lunge, kick the left leg back. Keeping it going. Keeping a nice soft bend in that front right leg. Maybe point your toes after you kick your left leg straight back behind you. Chest stays lifted, shoulders relaxed, not scrunching up your shoulders to your ears. Keep it going. Imagine you're on that sled and you're just popping up and back off. Keeping it going. Maybe you're getting on and off staying to play. Still going. Last 15. Still going for 5. Hold it in that hinge. You can put both forearms onto the bar or the chair, and we have those rainbows. Tapping up and over, trying to keep that back left leg as straight as you can. Core is engaged. Keeping a soft bend in that front right knee. Still going, tapping on either side behind your right heel. Just tapping up and over, squeezing the base of your seat as you're tapping the leg, maybe getting a little bit higher. Reindeer tap up and over behind your front right leg. Still going. Core is engaged. Last 7. And we're going to open up that hip. And 3, 2, and 1. Opening up, coming onto your right forearm. You can box out your left leg or your left arm. Extending that left leg back to diagonal. Just lower and lift. Keeping a nice soft bend in your standing right leg. Just lift and lower. Staying in that hinge, whether you're on a bar. You can also use a chair, a couch, a door ledge, whatever you have around you. Core is engaged. Keeping it going. Just lift and lower. Maybe you tap the floor, maybe you just come super close. Almost there. Last 10. Going strong for 5. Last 2 and 1. Coming back to facing your bar, bringing your heels together, toes are apart. We're going to bring our right leg back. We're going to come to a curtsy to a donkey kick. So just drawing that knee to the outside of your left shin and then to a donkey kick. You can press both palms into the bar in front of you. You can also from a standing position and just have your hands on your hips and just alternate. A little more of a challenge here with the balance. Keeping it going. Curtsy squat to a donkey kick. Maybe a cupid squat. Keeping it going to a donner kick. In that reindeer conversation. Keeping it going. Almost there. Last 3, then we're going to add on to this one. So add on here, we're going to come to that curtsy, kick it back, extend, bend, back to our curtsy. We're just opening up that hip as we extend the leg back. Core is nice and engaged. Keep it going. Almost there. So adding on, extending that leg as you have the leg up to the ceiling, and then bending your knee, bringing the right knee to the outside of your standing left leg. Keeping it going. Last 5. From here, we're just going to leave that leg out, just bending and extending. You can place your left forearm onto the bar or the chair, boxing out your right arm, just bending and extending, pointing the toes. Keeping that soft bend in your standing knee. Keep it going. Core is nice and engaged. 20 seconds ago, then we're going to do the same thing on the left side. Still going, just bending and extending that right leg. Strong point through your toes, full range of motion, bringing your right heel to your seat, and then extending your leg nice and straight. Last 5. And then placing the right leg down. We're going to bring that left heel in, come to the curtsy, to a kick, curtsy, to a kick. Cupid squat, to donner's kick, still going. Curtsy squat from a standing position, pressing your heel up to the ceiling. Core is engaged. Slight hinge at the waist. Keeping it going. Last 7, and we're going to add on to the same move. From here, coming from that Cupid squat, opening up to an extension, back to our Cupid squat. You can, of course, place your right forearm down, boxing out your left arm. The working leg, working arm boxed out. Maybe point the toes. Keep it going. Core is nice and engaged. Still going. still moving. You got this. Last 10. 7. We're going to come down onto the mat after this. Keep it going. Last one. Quickly coming onto your mat. No equipment needed. Here we adjust this for you all. Coming down onto the mat. Coming to a tabletop position. Wrists are under your shoulders. Knees are under your hips. Press under our right leg and left arm. Pull it in. Extend. Keeping it going. Core is nice and engaged. Nice flat back, so no arching the spine. Still going. Really think about drawing your navel in towards your spine. Extend the opposite arm and leg in opposite directions, as straight and as high as you can, and then drawing them together. Maybe your elbow taps your knee. Keep it going. Last 10. And then planting your right hand down. Still with that left leg extended long behind you. Flexing the toes. Just lift and lower. Maybe your toes tap. You can also come down onto your forearm. Core is still engaged. Just lifting and lowering that left leg. Core is nice and engaged. Still going. Strong flex through your left toes. Really working into the base of your left glute here. Squeezing as you lift the leg up as high as you can. Still going. More than halfway through this move. You got this. Strong flex of the left toes. Core is engaged. Nice flat back. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Try placing that left knee down. Come back to your wrist as you came down to your forearm. Wrists are under your shoulders. We're going to send the opposite arm and leg. And then pull it in. Extend. Maybe your knee and your arm tap. Maybe they just come super close. So working the opposite side, what we just worked. Keeping it going. I think I said right leg last time, so do the right leg perfectly fine. Do the left. I got my left and my right mixed up. Keeping it going. Moving with slow and controlled movements. Nice flat back. Still engaging that core. Think about drawing your navel all the way up into your spine. Keeping your back nice and flat. Last 10. Keep it going. 3, 2, and 1. So you're placing both of your wrists down, keeping that right leg extended behind you, strong flex through the toes, and then just lift and lower. We're keeping both of our hips still facing down, still parallel. You can also come onto your forearms. Think about your hips as headlights, and you want to keep them facing straight forward. Still going. Just a tiny lift and lower with that right leg, squeezing the base of your glute as you bring the leg up nice and high, strong flex in your toes. Almost there. Core is engaged. Still going. You got this. Last 10. 3, 2, and 1. Come on down to your left side. Drawing your knees closer into your hips. Knees are about hip height. You can prop your head up with your hand like you're laying at the beach. And then drawing your knees up from here. We're just going to lift and lower our top right leg. Here, just relax. Just working that outer hip one last time. Keeping it going. You want to add more heat to the core, and your hips are stacked. So keeping your top right hip directly over your bottom left, not rolling forwards or backwards. To add more heat to the core, you can bring your top right hand up towards the ceiling, palm facing away from your body. Core is engaged. 20 seconds, so we're going to add on to the same move, making it just slightly more challenging. You got this. Just open and close that top right leg. Core is engaged. For 3, 2, and 1. From here, bringing your feet up, legs are zipped. So bringing your feet about hip or shoulder height. Same thing, just open and close. Raise feet. Keeping it going. Still going. I like to call these comet clamshells. Still going, just opening and closing that top leg. Trying to keep your feet lifted. I know it burns. You got this. Power through. Maybe you can see your feet over your hip just as you close your knees right before opening them back up again, squeezing the outer seat. And then only if you're not rolling forwards and backwards, as you're keeping your top hip directly on top of your bottom, you can place your top hand up toward the ceiling. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Still laying on the left side. Extend your legs directly behind you. You can box out your right top hand right in front of you. And then we're just raising and lowering. Keeping the feet flexed. Trying to keep that top right leg as straight as you can. Keeping it going. Keeping that top leg flexed. Raise and lower. Still going. Just think, we're only doing these moves for 60 seconds. You can do anything for a full minute. Last 10. Core is engaged. For 3, 2, and 1. Keeping that top leg gently hovering the bottom. We're going to draw the knee into the elbow and then extend. You can pull this down as much as you need to. Maybe your top knee taps your top elbow. Maybe it just comes super close and you can feel the graze. Keeping it going. Moving here with slow and controlled movement. You got this. Top right knee draws in to your top elbow and then extends back behind you. Keeping it going. Almost there. Still going. 20 seconds to go. You got this. Still going. Almost there. Last 5. And then drawing your top leg just in front of your bottom. Extend your bottom leg out. You can also hold on to your top ankle. And we're just lifting and lowering. Trying to lift and lower. Flexing that bottom left leg. So we're giving that top right leg a little breather here. And reversing the inner thigh on the left side. Keep it going. Core is engaged. You can also rest your head down. Imagine you're laying at the beach. Kind of hard to breathe with how cold it is. Keep it going. Still moving. Inside leg raise and lower. Maybe you get your whole thigh lifted off the floor and you hold it lifted and just pulsing at the highest point possible. Core is nice and engaged. Maybe you hold your top right ankle. Still going. Less than 7 seconds. Just like this, we're going to switch sides. In 3, 2, and 1. Releasing that bottom left leg down. Flipping on over to the right side of your body. Popping your head up as you're laying your feet. Drawing your knees at least hip height. From here, just raise and lower that top leg. Keeping your top knee and your top foot in line with each other, parallel. Keeping it going. Still going, still moving. Just raise and lower. If you're not rocking forwards or backwards, if your top left hip is directly over your bottom, you want to add more heat to the core. Of course, you can prop your left hand up towards the ceiling, palm facing away from your body. Keep it going. Core is nice and engaged. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Zipping your legs together and then bringing your feet up. So your feet are hip or shoulder height. Maybe you can see your feet just over your hips. And then just open and close. Legs stay glued together. This time we're just opening and closing the top knee. Keep going. Same thing here. You can box out your top left hand. You can just place it on your hip. You can also bring it up to the ceiling for a little bit more core work. Keep it going. Really pinching that outer left glute as you open and close that leg with slow and controlled movements. Not going for speed here. 20 seconds to go. You got this. Almost there. Core is engaged. I know it burns. We get to kind of legs nice and straight in 10. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your legs nice and straight behind you. Flexing your top left leg. Nice straight left leg. And then just raise and lower. Keeping it going. Just raising and lowering that top left leg. Almost there. Still going. Just raise and lower. You got this. Not pushing through your bottom right leg. Just working that top leg. Maybe placing your hand on your outer left hip. Feeling that resistance. Nice straight left leg. Nice flex left toes. Keeping it going. Almost there. Push through to the very end. Last 10. Going strong for 5, 3, 2, and 1. Box out that top left arm from here. Just drawing that right knee in towards your chest. Drawing that knee into your elbow. Extending. You got this. Keep it going. Almost there. Draw knee to elbow and then extend. Keeping that distance between your top left leg and your bottom right leg. Maybe your top left knee taps your elbow. Maybe just come super close. Halfway there. Keep it going. Still going. Still moving. You got this. We get to lay on our back after one more move. Still going, drawing knee to elbow. Last 10, 7, 6, 3, 2, and 1. Grabbing that top left knee, grabbing it in, placing it in front of your bottom right leg, maybe grabbing the ankle if you'd like, and just tiny lifts and lowers of that bottom right leg. Keep it going. Tiny lift and lower. Really working that inner thigh, this time on the lower right leg. Maybe you're holding onto your top left ankle. Core is nice and engaged. Laying on our back after this. Keep it going. Still going. Last 10. Last 2 and 1. Laying onto your back. Bringing your feet hip width apart, placing them into the ground, tucking your chin up, and then placing your palms up towards each ankle and just twisting from side to side, working your obliques. Feet are planted on the floor. Maybe you tap your outside ankle. Maybe you just come close. Maybe you're reaching for your pinky toes. Keep it going. Palms facing up. Chin is lifted off of your chest. Almost there. Keep it going. Last 5. And 1. From here, place your hands behind your head. Feet are still ground. You can also extend your legs straight out in front of you, whichever you prefer. And we're doing a full range of motion. Sit up and all the way back down. Hands behind head. You can also cross your arms across your chest. You can have your knees bent, planting your feet into the ground. Rolling up slowly, just as slow as you came up, going just as slow coming down. You can also extend your legs straight if you like, doing a full range of motion. Sit up. Keeping it going. Your arms can really be anywhere. You can cross your arms, even them lifted off your chest. You can have your elbows wide behind your head. You can have your arms crossed, elbows close into your chest. You can have your arms overhead. Last 1. Rolling all the way back down, resting your head. Extend your left leg nice and straight, crossing your right ankle over your left thigh. You can place your hands behind your head, and then we're just raising and lowering that left leg. Trying to keep that left leg as straight as we possibly can. Maybe pressing your right knee down for a nice hip stretch, and also using that same resistance as you press your knee down while you're simultaneously bringing your left leg up, making that number 4 shape. Keep it going. Just raise and lower, maybe pointing the left toes. You can also place your hands under your hips for a little bit more support here. So hands under your bum. You can also have them behind your head, whatever you prefer. Core is engaged. Last 10, we're going to switch sides. Keeping it going. Last 2 and 1. Just switching sides. Right leg extends long, placing your left heel onto the top of your right thigh, strong point to your right toes. And then just raise and lower that right leg. Try to keep that right leg as straight as you possibly can. Hands can be under your bum for a little more support. You can also place your hands behind your head. Gaze is up towards the ceiling. Really think about pressing your left knee down, opening up your left hip as you press the leg down, as well as lifting that right leg up. Core is engaged. Lower back pressed into the floor. Almost there. Still going. 15 seconds to go. You got this. Last 5, 3, and 1. Just placing your feet back down. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Hands back and down by your side. First, going to lift the hips, open the knees, close the knees, lower. So lift, open, close, and lower. Working the base of your seat. Keeping it going. Keeping your core nice and engaged as you lift the hip up. Imagine somebody has a string on your hip and they're pulling them up, simultaneously squeezing your glutes to lift even higher. Higher than the time before. Lift, open, close, and lower. Almost there. Keep it going. Last 7, just like this. Keeping the hips lifted, just open and close the knees. Maybe the knees tap together and then come wider than your hips, using your range of motion, whatever you can do. Most important thing is keep your core engaged, keep your glutes tight, squeeze as tight as they can, and lifting your hips up Maybe lifting them an inch or two higher. Shoulders stay pressed into the floor so we're not coming to a bridge or a wheel. Just keeping the glutes lifted. Still going. Still moving. Core is engaged. Almost there. Last 10. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back onto your forearms. We're going to bring our legs into a diamond shape. The legs are a tabletop, but knees are apart. Core is engaged. Really drawing your navel in towards your spine. Right toes tap, come lifting. So just moving those right side of your legs. Just the right toes tap and lift. Left leg stays completely still, not moving. Core is engaged. You can press your palms into the floor. Chest is lifted, chin lifted off of your chest. Keeping it going. Just tapping your right toes. Just that right leg is moving. Lowering and lifting. Last 10 on the right side, and we're going to switch sides. Keeping it going. Keeping the right leg lifted, just tap the left, come back to center. So keeping that soft bend in the knees, so you're still keeping that diamond shape in your left and right leg. Just moving that left leg, lowering and lifting. Maybe tapping the outside. Pinkies, toes are pointed. Core is nice and engaged. Knees are either directly over your hips or further away. If you want to add more heat to your core, move the knees further away from your body. Still keeping it going. That right leg is completely still, not moving whatsoever. Core is engaged. Last 10. Last 3, 2, and 1. So with your legs in diamond, rolling back, bringing your head onto the floor, you can place your hands under your bum, just bending and extending the legs. So drawing into that long, elongated diamond with a nice wide V, keeping it going. To make this more challenging, keeping your heels above your knees as you lower them. So limiting that range of motion. The further your heels are closer towards your seat, the easier it's going to be. Core is nice and engaged. Just keeping a soft bend the entire time in your knees. Almost there. Toes stay pointed. Last 10. Almost there. Just gazing up towards the ceiling. Last 1. Legs stay in that diamond. Legs are up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring the right leg down and lift. Just lowering and lifting that right leg. Doing the same thing we did before, this time full range of motion by keeping our body all the way back. Maybe your right heel or your right toe taps. Maybe it just comes super close. Only go as low as you can without your lower back lifting up. Keep it going. Left leg stays completely still. Keeping a soft bend in your knees. Toes stay pointed. 20 seconds to go on this side. Then we're going to switch to the left. You got this. All the way down and then back up. Going to your lowest possible spot as you lower that right leg, keeping that soft bend in your knee. Left leg stays completely still. Just the right leg lower and lift. Right leg stays up towards the ceiling. Left leg drops and lift. Keeping it going. Maybe one side's a little bit easier than the other. That's completely normal. Still going. Core is nice and engaged. Still working the lower abs here. Chin is lifted away from your chest. You got this. 20 seconds to go. Just that left leg lowers and lifts. Last 10. Keep it going. And then just drawing your knees into your chest. Maybe wiggling your toes. And then coming to a happy baby. Bringing the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling, knees to the outside of your rib cage. Maybe rolling from side to side. Before finding your straight spot and then rolling up to a seated position. Extend that right leg out long. Fold your left foot inside the right leg. Inside your right arm goes to the inside of your right leg. Left arm reaches up overhead. Chin and chest stays lifted. Enjoying that stretch all along the right side body. Arm comes down. And gently rolling on up before switching sides. Extend your left leg long, drawing the sole of your right foot inside your left leg. Strong point through your left toes. Left arm down to the inside of your left leg. Right arm reaches up overhead. Chin and chest lifted. On your next exhale, gently bringing your nose for me, heart to 5. Right arm comes down to the inside of your right leg. And gently swirling up slowly, drawing the sole of your feet together. I said feet, sole of your feet together. Maybe drawing your knees up and down in a butterfly stretch. Chest can stay lifted. Another option here as well, you can extend your legs out in an elongated diamond and then drawing your hands underneath your calf, grabbing a hold of your feet, and just bringing your body closer down towards your toes. Nice lower back stretch. Whether you have your legs closer in toward your body or further away. Pulling it for one big inhale. And gently coming undone as your exhale. Coming up to a standing position as slow as you need to. Nice big inhale. One more for good luck. Awesome. Thank you all so much for joining me. Oh, just to cut me off. Thank you so, so much. I hope you enjoyed it. Stop this music. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Sarah. Have a happy, happy holiday.
Thank you. Are you having a weekend warrior on Friday?
I sure am. It's also going to be weekend theme. It's also going to be winter themed as well. So
Okay,
same music.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Bye, Shay.
Bye, thank you.
You're very welcome, Sarah. Thank you.